Welcome to I Heart Geek.
Yeah, that killed me. I had all that anticipation built up. And welcome to another episode of I Heart Geek.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We
wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy
Blue cheer. I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
Blue cheer.
Look, you put me on the spot. It's not going to be funny.
This is the end of our, I guess, Christmas party. So you can
Wait a minute. Wait.
Take whatever.
Wait, hold on a sec. Holy crap! This is a Christmas episode, right?
This is the Christmas.
How
episode.
many? Is this like the
Christmas
third one?
This is our third Christmas episode. Can you believe it's been that long?
I've been on this podcast longer than some of the bands that I've been in, actually.
That's most of the bands that I've been in. I've done this longer.
I've never been in a band. Just going to throw that out there.
That makes me sad. You should be. At least once.
Nah.
You'd have fun.
Probably.
Anyway, so Merry Christmas, y'all. My name is Dub, and I am your show writer, and we are going to do our third Christmas episode on I Heart Geek.
It's kind of our anniversary episode, too.
Well, so we're actually calling the next one our
the next one is, but it's all close. It's all
close.
right in the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We called the first Christmas episode our first annual Christmas episode. So I'm like, I don't know what kind of ego that was.
Right. Yeah, we were assuming. Right.
It was a pretty good
it's
assumption.
Okay.
Hey.
We ended up doing this, 3 years now?
Yeah, some of the panel made it this long.
Some of us did. Some of us did. 2 of us did.
Looks like that you two.
But that's okay. We got fresh, young, bright,
young. Being the key word there.
Young. Keyword young. Someone who actually made Spike look older. That's impressive.
I think you are younger than Spike.
Oh, yes. You're definitely younger than Spike.
I'm the youngest panelist.
To have ever graced the mic.
Trey has been on
Don't
the mic.
you forget
Oh,
it.
okay. Trey's been on the mic,
Yes.
so.
That's true.
That counts.
And Dylan has been on the mic, and was I
My
think
daughter's
11 or
age.
12 at that
Yeah.
time. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let's go around the table real quick. And how are you doing, Miss Courtney?
I'm good. I'm Miss Geeky Page, and I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
I don't know what that means, but I'm intrigued.
It's from A Christmas Carol.
No, I get it. It seems like there's something behind that story.
No, I just like saying it that way. So it could have been the ghost of Christmas present.
Oh, yeah.
But it works better when you say you're the ghost of Christmas past. See?
Nice.
It works.
Little burn there. Yeah.
Yep, that works.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm Blythe, and I am your mean old Mr. Grinch.
Yeah,
Christmas
you are.
is not my favorite holiday.
Oh, I love this kid. I just gotta say it, man. This kid,
Everything makes you look so good
no,
whenever
this
he
kid has
talks.
Right.
supplanted me as the grouch, the grump, the curmudgeon. This kid has absolutely usurped my title,
Which
or
you
usurped,
willingly give up.
however you say it. Usurped my title, and took it to heart for himself, and I love you for it, man. I'm just gonna tell you right
He's
now.
the oldest young person I have ever met.
Yes, exactly.
Well, he's like a 90-year-old in a 22-year-old's body.
Yep, all them
Right.
crazy kids better get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn!
Off my lawn.
Oh, I'm PB&Jason, the dethroned curmudgeon of the show, and the wizened old geek, and the ghost of Christmas future.
Oh, does that mean you're wearing a diaper?
No, that means
See, and that's why I didn't say I was the ghost of Christmas future.
No, that means I'm basically resembling
You're
the
death.
Death. Exactly. Yes, I am death. Now, see, it doesn't work now because Blythe is here.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't have the same effect.
I'm death.
He's death.
Wow, I'm sad now.
Yes.
Now-
I'm the ghost of Christmas present because if you've ever seen
Come in
all
and
the
know me better, man.
right,
I've been waiting for somebody to say it.
all the different like iterations of A Christmas Carol. That banquet table looks delicious at the beginning, and I would be all over that food.
Yeah, but then
Christmas goose.
But you also
Oh, yeah.
have to deal with, you talk about the children need and wants.
Could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know-
lift up my skirt. And,
How do
Whoa,
I do
no,
your
whoa.
12 and a half feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before we actually go
He
on
was
to the other
he was
stuff,
the equalizer in that one version, the George C. Scott version. He did that show, The Equalizer, the
Oh,
Ghost of a Christmas Present.
what is your favorite version of A Christmas Carol?
George C. Scott version.
George C. Scott version.
Muppets.
Mickey Mouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The George C. Scott's
that's a good one.
actually the closest to the book itself.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
No, the Muppets were.
Yeah,
Tiny frogs.
absolutely.
Exactly. Tadpoles.
Absolutely.
Tadpoles,
A
yeah.
rat telling the story.
I
Exactly.
like the Muppet version, and the Mickey's
Yeah.
Right, I
version is
love the
good too.
Muppet version.
But
No, I don't think there has been really a bad version. Come to think
I don't
of
know.
it.
There's a new one coming out on the BBC that I've seen
Yes,
the trailer
that
for.
one looks
Yes,
so...
dark and gritty.
I'm sorry.
Dark and
I'm
gritty,
sorry.
I
Have
love
you seen
it.
the trailer?
Yes, it
like,
looks
literally, Scrooge offers money to Mrs. Cratchit for you-know-whating.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not okay with
I
that.
am
No.
not a fan of the one that Jim Carrey did.
It was
No?
It was boring.
No.
It was
No.
boring.
Oh, I
It
liked
was
it.
dull.
Yeah, and it was animated, so it shouldn't have been.
There's a great American version that's got Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
Okay.
And it's literally called An American Christmas Carol, and it's this. It is a Christmas Carol, but he's an American businessman at like the turn of the century,
yeah.
and he gets the ghosts, and it's really really good.
Oh,
I think
check
the
that
problem
out.
is
That
that
sounds awesome.
the
Very
George
cool.
C. Scott one left such an impression on me at the age I saw it, and it's so good
favorite.
that even I remember when the Patrick Stewart one came out, and I was so
Which is good,
excited. I
too.
thought, "Ooh, this kid, it was okay."
Yeah, it's actually good too. But yeah, the George C. Scott's my favorite. Too.
Yeah,
And I can't believe this wasn't brought up with Scrooged. That was
yeah.
That was
was-
great.
Yeah.
It was such a different take, but it had all the elements that it needed to have.
That was a movie that had to actually grow on me, but once it did, I really
It's so
appreciated
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I liked it the first time I saw it. Come to think of it, but the 50 times I've seen it since then, I've loved
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually in that pantheon of my favorites with the Christmas Story
Well,
and all
yeah.
the other stuff.
You've got Buster Poindexter as the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Oh, who was so brilliant.
You've got Carol Kane as the Ghost of Christmas Present.
The beat down
Like,
ghost of
How can you not love that? John Forsythe as
Bobcat
Marley.
and Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bobcat Gold-
Oh
I mean,
my
come
god!
on.
and his younger
So
brother.
good.
Really?
Yeah,
Who's
his
his
younger
So
brother?
good.
John Murray.
Oh, I didn't know
That the guy who plays his younger brother
Oh,
Yes,
is his
yeah.
real younger brother.
Bill
Wendy
Murray's.
Malick.
Okay, I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Alfred Winter. I mean, the cast is just phenomenal.
It is a
in
good
that
cast.
Sucker, so
Yeah, that's. Yeah, we should have watched that for a freaking Christmas movie since we're going to be one short this week. I think that I'm going to have to do a special episode.
do it.
Maybe.
Do it.
Oh yeah, I say I'm going to. I'm not.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm just
I
gonna
know
watch
I'm
it for
not.
fun.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our game show.
Here's a generic game show for you.
So on this game show, I am taking control. I haven't done that many game shows this year, honestly. I've been kind of passing them off to everybody because, yeah, I don't like writing game shows. But
Why not? They're fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
okay, that's why I pass them off because you guys love doing them. So we're doing a 5-question. If you're playing at home, let us know if you beat everybody on the panel. I don't think anybody got a perfect score, which is
I
kind
know,
of
I'm-
I don't either. The first question is the one where I might not have. I think the rest of them.
I saw your paper. You didn't get number 1 right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay, so question number 1. How many Frosty the Snowman specials are there? Courtney?
837.
Are you being sarcastic?
Like, I literally wrote 3, and I know that's not right. So
You wrote 3?
I did write 3.
Okay.
I put 5.
I first wrote 3, but then I wrote 4.
The correct answer is 3.
Oh, I would have had a perfect score if I wouldn't have had
And
the scribble mark right here.
Frosty the Snowman was the first
Frosty
one. Frosty in a
Returns.
Winter Wonderland.
And Frosty and Rudolph.
Returns with
Rudolph.
the John Goodman one.
Oh,
There's
but there's
the
a
little
Rudolph one
Frosty
too.
Returns.
He's in the Rudolph, but
Carrot's
he's not
Revenge.
in. He's not. It's not a Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, okay. Oh, technicality.
Well, I'm not playing. That's just
That's why I
that
wrote
was the answer
4.
on it.
Oh,
Okay, number
guess.
2. Miracle on 34th Street centers on what real-life department store? Courtney?
Okay, the original is Macy's.
That's the answer I'm
remake
giving you.
Is Gimbals.
Really?
Yep, they switched them.
Okay.
I've never seen it, but I used to work for Macy's, so I put Macy's.
Very good.
Good choice.
the original is Macy's and the remake is Gimbals by Macy's. Yes.
I'm tempted to give 2 points for that, but I'm not going to.
Nah.
So no free points here.
Yeah, first they
Bah
switched it.
humbug. Number 3. In the Muppet Christmas Carol, who plays Scrooge? Hint, it was not a Muppet.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Put Jim Carrey.
Michael Caine.
You said the Muppet one's your favorite version, and
I-
you boneheaded the
Yeah.
actor.
No, I'm not good at actors.
Wow.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
Okay. Number 4, my favorite Christmas movie. In the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the next door neighbors whose dogs ate the Christmas turkey?
The Bumpuses. Did I say it
Say that
wrong?
again. Say it again.
I think I said it wrong, so I'm going to say the Bumpuses.
Bumpuses. Yes.
Okay.
What'd you say? Say it again.
The Bumpuses.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. First time I thought you said the Bumpuses.
I thought you said
Right,
the
no, the
Bumfuses, too.
Bumpuses.
Leroy.
Could have been.
Jinkies!
Leroy Jenkins. Merry Christmas.
Son of a bitches! Bumpuses! Bumpuses.
Bumpuses.
Gavin McLeod yelling at dogs.
Okay, and number 5. Let's see if we do get someone can get a perfect score on this. We haven't had a perfect
I think
score
she
in a long
will.
time.
I got to like your chances. Go ahead.
In the TV special, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, you know, the good Boris Karloff version.
Yeah.
What 3 words best describe the Grinch? Actually, let's go backwards on this
Okay.
one. Jason.
Stink. Stank. Stunk.
Very good.
Mean, nasty, grumpy.
Aww.
It's just you on a good day.
Well, right now we have a tie, so let's see. Do we have a winner today?
Stink, stank, stunk.
Boom. Perfect score.
Good job. Yay. Good job.
Honestly, it's good ending up the year a little bit with a perfect score. Everyone's in a good mood today. No one's rubbing anybody's nose in it. Life is good.
No, that is good.
I was going to sing the song, but I
Congratulations.
can't remember that part
Congratulations,
that
because I originally wrote 3. We would have had a tie. Then you would have had to come up with tiebreaker.
I had one.
Oh, so what is it?
I don't
What
know.
was it?
I don't.
Oh.
No, I was going to have one.
Okay.
I would have
curious
said, I would have
there.
done this like edit, and then no one would know that happened except for us.
Right.
And then suddenly
And
it
you'd
looked
be like, look at up something. Okay, so we get some
it looked
information
like
real
I
quick.
came up with something just brilliant.
Oh, here's one. Okay, I got one. Okay,
Exactly.
right. Edit in. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
there we
that-
go. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, we are so pulling back the curtain today.
I know.
Aren't we?
Pay no attention to those people behind the curtain.
So,
Good job, Courtney.
Thank
Congratulations.
You, thank you.
So,
She graduates college. She has a birthday. She wins the game show. She's
right.
awesome.
wow. And she showed up to the business meeting on her birthday. That
did.
is a trooper right there.
It's been a big month for
I
Courtney.
did. It is.
It is.
It is.
It is. So,
And I had a nap, so yes!
well, that's the first one you've had in a while, right?
Right.
Nice. So the holidays are right around the corner. You have time to do this, because with this episode, you have time to do this still. If you have not gotten your Christmas shopping done, we have 2 places that might be a good place to go.
We've got the Redbubble, where you can pick up all your iHeartGeek merchandise. We've got 3 images, the iHeartGeek with website, the iHeartGeek logo by itself, and the Keep On Geekin' On with that little Hal Easter eggs inside those. And we have the Amazon affiliate link. So if you click on that link, you'll find it in the description of this episode, as well as on our website and all of our social media pages. You click on that link, place your Amazon order as if you would normally do it, and then we get a small kickback.
And here's the
from
thing.
there.
Here's the thing. I know a bunch of you are out there buying socks. I just know it.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're
Everywhere.
buying socks. You're buying socks, and you could get the iHeart Geek socks.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're
And
buying,
I have some, and they're incredible.
Yes.
or if you're buying non-iHeart Geek socks, you could get those through Amazon.
Yep.
You know, socks.
But you should get the iHeart Geek socks. 'cause
Get the iHeartGeek.
there's only like, 10 people on Earth right now that can say they have iHeart Geek socks.
It's an elite group.
It is, and you can be like me, one of us. So, yeah, this episode comes out on Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, you should be listening to this. You have time throughout the end of this week to get it by Christmas time.
Yep.
So just a little bug in the ear, and this is
And they offer like discounts and stuff.
there's always
Yeah,
discounts
lots of
going
cool
on.
discounts and things to 15, 25. I've seen
Yeah.
a few different
You
ones.
can also do cash back for stuff on Redbubble if you use Rakuten. So you can get money back and get cool socks.
Holy crap, that makes us wow.
I know!
Head exploding once again. Okay, so now we're gonna get a little sappy because it's Christmas time, and I always get a little sappy around Christmas time. Oh God, don't!
Do-do-do.
I don't know why that always brings me into such a happy depression.
Sappy
Because
time
it's
is
that
about to
tree, and
start.
that sad. The
It
tree
is.
is just sad,
Yeah.
and Charlie Brown is just sad.
So We always go in the geek culture, but let's kind of talk personal. What is our favorite Christmas memories? I know everyone's got to have at least one. Even the curmudgeon over there, the new curmudgeon over there, has got to have at least something that he loved as a... And I'm going to give you my favorite Christmas memory, and this is something that my family did every year, and it's something I try to do with my kids. Just that getting in the car, go drive around, and look at lights. It's not as big of a deal anymore, which is sad. I mean, I didn't decorate my outside this year. I'm a bad person. Had a lot going on. But that's honestly one of the happiest things that I can think of whenever I think of Christmas. That is Christmas. That's more than Christmas morning and Christmas Eve and the food and the family. Is that my immediate family getting in the car and driving around looking at lights. Those were good times.
We used to do that too. One of the traditions that we do, and we still do to this day, is we make anise cookies. They're an Italian like cake cookie thing, and it's a family recipe. And my mom had to beg my grandmother to give her the recipe.
Anise, A-N-I-S cookies?
A-N-I-S-E. It's a type of spice.
Okay,
and no,
yeah.
it's not black licorice like everybody out there is thinking. But yeah, if you don't like black licorice, you all like them.
But it's nothing like black licorice.
It's not,
but
people
it's
think
exactly like
people
it.
think it is, so they get afraid to try it. But yeah, it's a family restaurant recipe, and we've made them for... I'm 42, so we've made them for 42 years, and my grandmother made them for years before that. And I think the recipe comes all the way from the family in Sicily, so it's something
nice.
we do every year.
Nice.
Where are the samples?
You wouldn't eat them anyways because you guys would go, "Oh my God, these are black licorice."
How do you know I don't like black licorice? Has that ever been established on this show?
And they're like, "I'm not gonna eat that." I think you have to really grow up with them to go. Oh yeah. These
So
are
this
good.
whole thing about they're not black licorice, this is a myth.
Yeah, they're
complete
exactly.
myth. They're
it's
black
just-
licorice.
It's
It's black licorice
it's
cookies.
A similar taste, but
It's just a little more bitter.
I don't like black licorice, but
Okay.
I love anise cookies.
Could that be because
So-
you've been eating them for 42 years?
I think that's the thing. Because one thing I've noticed is like my Hispanic friends, because they eat anise as well. Hispanic friends and Italian friends, they're like, "Oh yeah, those are awesome. I love those. I grew up with."
Your
those."
Irish
Yeah.
friends are like, no.
Yeah, they're like, "Mm."
This doesn't taste like potatoes.
I
We're good.
bet. I'm going to put this down
It's
as
a
a bet. This
cultural
is a
thing.
challenge and a bet. I bet if you ate black licorice right now,
I would hate it.
your whole idea changed.
I've
You'd be like,
had it. I
what
hate
have I been
black
missing?
licorice.
How long ago?
Why am I going to eat something that was gross the first couple of times? I
How
tried it?
long ago?
I'm not eating black licorice. It's disgusting.
Whoa.
Oh,
Ding, ding,
man.
ding, 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 ding.
No, I'm
This
just
is
saying.
the Christmas
Yeah.
I want.
No, I'm just saying. If
No,
it was
I'm
like,
not eating black
if it was like
licorice.
10, 20 years ago, I
I'm
bet you'd have a different opinion.
I think I would still think it tastes like butt.
Whoa.
You know how you get that? You eat anise cookies.
No, anise is really, really good.
Wow.
This is why I don't tell people and/or bring samples. You're gonna have to eat the just plain old sugar cookies I know how to make. That's
Okay.
what you get, sir.
My favorite Christmas memory would probably be, it was actually 6 years ago.
When he was 3.
6 years
I
ago,
know. I'm out. Okay.
me and my fiance had just gotten together at the beginning of December, and then I was with my family around Christmas time. We don't do exact on the Christmas date because everyone's got their own stuff going on. But we were having dinner, and I had just started dating Tara, and my mom was like, "Did you invite her?" And I was like, "Well, we've only been dating for like 2 weeks now. I don't know if
Meet
she's
the
ready.
family."
I don't know if she's ready for you guys." But
I met Tara. Was your family ready for her?
but she talked me into it, and I invited her over, and she came over, and that was our first Christmas together. Was very shortly after we had gotten together and started dating. She was part of the family at that point.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so I've done
It's not Anna's cookies.
more. No, it's not.
It's the buckets of black licorice.
No,
she gets every
yeah,
year.
no. So this Christmas is interesting because this is a transitional kind of Christmas in my home. Without going into super detail, because some kids might listen to the show, but my kids are of a certain age. Okay, I'll leave it like that. So because my kids are of a certain age, this is the first year.
The belief systems changed?
Yeah, some of the belief systems have changed
Gotcha.
for the first year. And so there's a real like difference, okay? And some of the traditions that, okay, so let's first talk about like my grandparents at Christmas when I was a kid. They were the saviors, quite honestly. They'd come up from the LA area up to here, and I lived in East Las Vegas as most of my childhood. And there was not only the things that you would expect, like going to the mall, seeing the Boulevard Mall decorated, going to Santa.
Oh, I remember the Boulevard.
Yeah, there was like
so pretty.
we would go shooting out, and just because when you could go out in the desert and just shoot targets.
You still can.
I know you can, but you got to go farther than you used to have
as
to.
easy as it used to be.
Right. And there was one Christmas where we did that, and the police helicopter came right over, and it was only like a couple 100 feet up, so it was like right there, and it hovered for a second, and it left. It's like, oh, okay, family target shooting.
What, were they just checking to make sure you weren't shooting people?
Probably,
Merry Christmas.
But I mean that's
it's
old
a casino Christmas.
That's old Las
my.
Vegas, so there's that. And then another thing was we used to go, this might sound weird, but we would go when you could park on Patrick Lane by the airport, right by the runway.
Yeah.
We would go watch the Christmas planes come in or leave.
Nice.
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, and
like the Wayne's World thing where you're like, ah!
Yeah, kind of like that. And one thing that I loved about my grandparents, who have passed on, both of them at this point, was they did everything to indulge those kind of Christmas things, and they always knew. And it's like he'd show up and he'd be like, look, here's a case of 22 rounds. This is what we're going to do. And we'll go to the airport. And we would also go have Mexican food. That was like a tradition that we still do. A trip to a Mexican restaurant.
We
used to be
barbecue.
Chapalas. With Chapalas with my grandparents, because my grandfather loved Chapalas. And my grandma was like the baking god. I mean, she would make some of the most amazing.
My grandma probably would have gotten to get.
Yeah, amazing
got
baking
along really well.
and recipe concoctions and things like that. And they were just, and it was every year the traditions. And so for me, as I transitioned into an adult and a father and all that, there were traditions that I started doing with my kids. Like we'd go to Shark Reef. We were doing that for a while. FLM, obviously the FLM lights.
That's the place you definitely need to go if you're in Vegas.
Opportunity Village.
Opportunity Village.
These are all things that we did. But we get to this year, and as I said, this is a very transitional year. So it's like, it's weird. Last year we went ice skating at Green Valley Ranch, which my kids loved, and we were going to do that last night, but the Winter Wonderland was shut down. We didn't even know it. So we're going to do a different rink. We're going to do the rock rink.
That's
Actually,
by my house. Tell me when you're going to be there.
Yeah.
I'll come down
well,
and meet
I
you.
give
Cool.
you I can give you another suggestion. Is at the Fiesta.
Oh, the ice skate there too.
Well, they have the ice skating rink. They actually, I think, starting next week. So by the time the show episode airs, they take out everything. So there's no hockey there anymore. It's just they have like benches, and it's like you're skating in a park.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
But the whole
They do
point
that every year.
Yeah,
It's
but the whole
really
point of
cool.
this long story for me is that I myself am now curious as to what's next. It's like, because we're going to go to the rock rink for sure. We've already kind of planned that.
Which is
So
actually fun because I've taken the nieces a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
years and every year. And, so
and I'm
dig it.
wondering, my daughter's 13, my twin boys are 8, and they're going to be 9 very soon. I am kind of wondering what's next, and I always thought I'd hit this moment with melancholy, but I'm not. I actually am kind
It's
of
another adventure.
New
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, the whole new world of
Yeah.
things opens up, so
Well,
we'll see what happens.
My kids are a lot older now than your kids, and so kind of, I know where you're coming from on that. This is my suggestion to everybody that's their kids getting older. Have that one tradition that's just uniquely yours, and hold on to it.
Yeah.
We have the other things we do, but this every year we have hot chocolate, we put up the tree, we decorate the tree, and we put on A Christmas Story. That is our it is not Christmas time until that happens.
Right.
You have that one tradition.
Yeah.
Everything else is great, but you have that one that is your family's, and my kids are going to be out of the house, and they're still going to come over. We're going to watch a Christmas story.
A couple of them still. Like I said, we had the Mexican dinner last night. And some of the shows, like the George C. Scott Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life.
We do that too.
Things like that. So, yeah,
Nice.
it's all good.
This will be mine and Tara's last Christmas, just the two of us.
Yep.
So I am...
Everything changes.
Oh,
on this
yeah,
one,
you
big
get
boy.
get the...
This will be the next
yeah.
Christmas. Will be your best Christmas
Yeah,
ever.
I'm excited to...
Baby time.
As much as I'm just not a big holiday guy, but
You will be.
as much as I'm not now, I know when he comes that it'll be a lot of fun. Not just for me, but for Tara and also my parents. They're super excited to be grandparents. And
Well, when you're a kid, you experience the magic. When you are an adult, you provide it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a different world, but it makes you just as happy.
Yeah.
I
It
like
really does.
how everything that we said just like runs the gambit of different types of things that we do over.
Yeah.
Like yours is getting in the car, yours is having Mexican food for a dinner, making cookies, going to see lights, just being with Tara. I mean, it's like this this beautiful gambit of different things that everybody loves to do.
I never need a
holidays.
reason to go eat. You know?
Well, yeah, but I love the fact that it's specifically we go and have Mexican food.
Yeah.
You know, it's like for us, our family, it's we specifically make these cookies,
Yeah. Yeah.
specific kinds of cookies, and we do them a certain way every year because you're supposed to do them like flat with pizzellis. We put red and green food coloring in them and
nice.
make them like into candy
Awesome.
canes. I
Well,
mean, so
Nice.
I mean, with you saying that, let me jump on a soapbox for a second. That really is, what I love about the geek community. We can love and hate completely different things all the time, but you start understanding other people's things,
yeah.
and you listen, and you're open to it, and your mind changes on stuff. And we do completely different things, and we all love what each other do.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
That's where we need to go back to. That's my New Year's resolution
New
or
Year's
whatever.
resolution.
And I mean, I love even the traditions that I've heard about. The people who do tamales.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people
Yeah.
that
We have a lot of these coming up.
I have
and-
friends who do tamales.
Yeah. Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we'll hear those, of course.
I have a coworker. She does them, and she brings them in,
And they're so
just-
good.
Do you think that people
She's like
kind
the
of...
best tamale maker.
Do you think people have kind of transitioned away from that, like, generic Christmas Day or Christmas night dinner because of Thanksgiving? Because people do up Thanksgiving so much, and it's...
I think that people have their tradition. What their tradition is their tradition.
Yeah.
For instance, we do our big Thanksgiving dinner, and we have some of the Christmas-y foods for Christmas, but we have a barbecue.
Yeah,
because
that's-
that's my family. That's who we are, and that's really just discovering your DNA as a family.
I would say yes and no. I've done the very traditional turkey, stuffing, ham, all that for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I've also done takeout Italian for Christmas. That's one that I really do enjoy. Quality takeout Italian.
I feel like the more people I talk to, it's like, I'm having Chinese food or Mexican food.
That's New Year's.
Or, yeah, so
Yeah. We
it's
don't.
just something different, which is great. I think that's awesome for people to kind of to lower the stress of it, because I know Christmas time in general, as much fun as everybody has, can be a bit of a stressful time.
Well, for
Yeah.
the
And-
grown-ups.
Yeah.
We don't usually eat the traditional foods at Christmas time. Was we sometimes will end up having 2 Christmases because we will spend it with if my brother's in-laws are in town, we'll go to his house, and then you'll have the traditional Christmas foods because my sister-in-law has 3 brothers, and they have significant others.
And it's hard for
and there's
everybody
kids,
to get it together sometimes.
But when it's like when it's just my mom, my dad, myself, my brother, and my sister-in-law, and my nieces, we don't normally have the big traditional thing because my mom's a vegetarian. She has.
Do you
been
have
for about-
tofurkey?
No. And like the thing is, if we wanted turkey or if we wanted my ham, my mom would totally fix it. She's got no problems on it. But we don't feel the need to have such a big meal, and it's just so few of us. But we tend to sometimes do the Italian thing. We'll have fish on Christmas.
That's nice.
Like my dad will do up a big piece of fish, and we'll have pasta, and that's kind of an Italian thing.
Well, every year I say this, and I've probably said this for the last 12 years. I'm like, this this is the year that I am getting a turducken. And then it doesn't ever actually happen.
Okay, can I say this?
It's too much.
I gotta say this: the duck is terrible.
it's greasy.
I don't understand why people like
it's
duck
so
so much.
greasy.
I have a lot.
Here's
of,
the thing,
I have
when-
a lot of family that they hunt ducks and all that, and that's great.
When duck is prepared
it's
properly,
greasy no matter what.
I've had
It tastes like thigh meat.
I like thigh meat.
I'm a breast guy. I like
I
white
will
meat.
give you this. I've only had bad duck, but I will say I will give it another try because you're not the first person to tell me that it's got to be prepared properly.
Yes, I've had
But-
greasy
It's its
duck.
own art.
I've had too greasy duck, but I've had wonderful duck
Yeah.
at times. Yeah, so. But I always say that turducken, you know what throws me? It's like $150. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
That's
no.
because
I'm
you got
not
three
spending
birds
that.
shoved up together.
Shoved up.
What was the
yeah,
one with the
shoved up,
turkey,
exactly.
and now they're shoving up a squid or something like that?
I think
I
that
think-
one is just a
That's a
joke.
turkraken.
No. And I thought, oh no, this is full of crap. But I've seen that from a lot of different people, different like recipes, everything else. People are doing that now.
Well, a lot
like,
of
ew,
cultures eat squid, so
enjoy.
Italians.
I like calamari.
Greeks
Calamari is
do.
wonderful.
Yeah, calamari is pretty delicious.
And I've had Ika, you know, in sushi. It's
Yeah.
okay. Squid is a chewy thing.
Yeah.
Squid and
That's
octopus.
another one that has to be cooked just right.
Yes.
If it's chewy, it's not cooked right.
Yes, exactly.
You can tell this. We have no skinny people at this table.
No.
this food discussion.
No, it's a Christmas episode. We're supposed to.
Well,
talk
we do
about
Christmas
food.
Eve pizza. Heck yeah, man.
Oh, I feel so bad for the people who have to deliver pizza on Christmas Eve.
Oh, I always feel bad
Oh.
if I'm making them deliver on New Year's Day, Christmas
Here's
Eve,
the thing,
or
though.
Thanksgiving Eve, and I always tip them really bad.
That
Like,
could
I'm
be
sorry.
that could be a hit or miss because they're delivering on Christmas Eve, but you might get the big tips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
but then again, you could get a lot of people that are like, just go, which sucks.
Well, humbug. There are
Yeah.
humbugs.
So
that
let
eat
me
pizza.
let me ask this question. This wasn't in the script, but this is something I was thinking about. We are a pop culture show for the main part. What one pop culture thing do you see, hear, or see on TV that at that point, like, yep, it's Christmas? And for me, it's they don't. There's one that they don't do anymore, which was the Norelco Santa. I don't know if you remember that one, Jason. They had Santa. He's on a Norelco electric razor, going all over the
yeah.
hill.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That they don't play that anymore, but that used to be like, oh, it's Christmas. But now it's the Hershey's Kisses when they do the Wish You a Merry Christmas.
Oh,
with the
okay.
Christmas
With the
bells.
bells.
That is, and as cheesy as it sounds, that moment, I'm like, I'm happy now. No matter what's going on in my life, I hear that, I'm good. So I don't know which pop culture
It
thing
used
hit
to
on
be
you.
honestly, it used to be Sears when I was a kid. It used to be the Sears commercials because they used to be the first to pop out with the Christmas thing. But now it's as soon as I start seeing previews for Home Alone.
And
I'm like,
Die Hard,
okay.
yeah. Oh, sorry, I had to throw it in. I'm no more Die Hard.
No,
Just aside.
I plan on addressing that sometime during the show. But it's seeing previews for Home Alone with the Christmas like music.
Yeah.
And that's when I know, and they start showing those like a week before Halloween, and that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, they need
but
to stop that.
but that's kind of when I know it's coming. But I'm one of those people that I refuse to even acknowledge Christmas until the 26th of
November.
November, exactly.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Mine's probably Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's-
But they start playing that on Halloween.
They start doing it on
Yeah.
Halloween, and then it disappears for November, and then it comes back.
It
That
does.
movie gets it gets the two holidays that it represents. But I know I see it pop up a lot.
For me, Nightmare is huge for Halloween. Halloween is like when that comes on and comes out, it's like, ooh, it's coming, Halloween for
Yeah.
me. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't actually have TV that has commercials in it, so I don't get the commercial benefit. So if I have to say, it's got to probably be one when the radio station here transitions to all Christmas music.
So you start hearing Wham.
October 10th.
106.5. It's usually Thanksgiving Day that they do the transition.
Really?
Yeah, at least
Okay.
106.5
106
does.
Okay, well, I
Yeah,
can
Yeah, and
appreciate
it plays Christmas music
24/7 with
24/7.
Delilah.
I love Delilah. She's obnoxious, but I love her.
You gotta love Delilah.
But the other thing is Merry Christmas, yo, building alone.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first time I see Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey, it's Christmas.
Do you watch it all the way through, or does it just have to be on
I
TV?
watched the whole thing. It doesn't matter that I've seen it 150 times and I can actually quote the darn thing. If I flip through channels, on the streaming service that I do have and I find it, I'll watch it. Doesn't matter where it's at, I'll watch it.
You know, the addressing of Die Hard, which I'm going to do in a little while.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
going to
We're gonna
address
skip that
that
one.
movie at the same time.
We're going to skip that part, so go ahead and let's...
Don't you make fun of my
ahead.
movie.
Okay, for real?
Yeah. Because
Oh no, I love It's a Wonderful
I
Life.
love
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about Die Hard to sum it up. And I will quote Sean. No. I'm going to quote Sean.
Your face is the best, man.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. I'm done.
I'm going to quote Sean, not quote him, but paraphrase what he said on the episode that we did when he said to me something that made complete sense. He said, if it's part of your Christmas tradition, then for you, it is a Christmas movie. While technically, I don't think it is, I can agree with that because, quite honestly, It's a Wonderful Life
Isn't a Christmas
is
movie.
not a Christmas movie.
99% of it is not in Christmas.
It's not till the last act. But for me, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. At Christmas season, it's the only time I watch it. So I apply it to my brain as a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the people who say Die Hard is a Christmas movie for them, I know I play the game of, battling it and
Well,
stuff.
that's what we all do.
But
No
quite
one
honestly,
really cares that much.
But quite honestly, even though I really don't think it's a Christmas movie, I think it's fine if you do. I won't challenge that because if it is for you, that's awesome.
Well, can I say this about Die Hard, which especially since we started doing the show, that to me, the fighting about Die Hard is one of my Christmas traditions.
Well, yeah.
and I say
We aren't alone in that. It's a big thing.
Before the show, I'd never even thought about it. I didn't care. But it's just become such a fun little tradition. We all go back and forth, and that is one of the things I look forward to for Christmas. Is we're gonna have the Die Hard argument. We have memes, and it's just everyone just razzes on each other, and it's good-natured fun, and it makes me really happy. And that to me is why it's a Christmas movie more than anything else, because that is a Christmas tradition that we all look forward to.
It definitely is a Christmas tradition.
Now,
I'll even give you that.
But I will
Die
say
Hard
this-
is a Christmas tradition.
But I will say this. Please stop doing it in June. We don't care.
See, I think
Because we see it all year, but...
I think we would actually consider. I think It's a Wonderful Life is considered a Christmas movie.
I'm sure it is.
Only
Yeah.
because it's actually literally labeled a Christmas fantasy drama film, and it premiered on December 20th, 1946. Now, it was a big old flop at the time.
Right.
But, so I think it's still considered
I'm just saying, I
a
have
Christmas
like
movie. Just
Chris.
because it doesn't happen,
Right.
The majority of the film doesn't happen at Christmas
Right,
time
well,
per
this
se,
is
but
the
I mean,
whole-
the majority of the film is flashbacks to
Christmas.
George's life.
Yeah.
This is the whole PB&Jason parameters about Christmas movies that I've said that unless Christmas is a central theme to the movie, I don't see it as a Christmas movie per se. Die Hard to me takes place at Christmas. I don't think Christmas is the central theme. I don't think Christmas has anything to do with It's a Wonderful Life until the final act.
I think we could probably argue about that, but I think it would probably take us a whole episode to do it.
Probably. However, for me, as I said, it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's about the restorative powers of belief, but those beliefs are strongest felt at Christmas, so it is about Christmas.
It's the feeling you get at the end that makes it a Christmas movie.
Right.
Because you
but-
feel like Christmas. And,
Yeah, I mean, so...
even though, I mean, really
Yeah.
all of it happens on New Year's, not Christmas.
No, it's Christmas.
I thought they...
No, it's Christmas. The
Okay, I
final
thought they
act
did
is
Christmas
okay.
final act is Christmas Eve and Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Christmas Eve because he's going to kill himself on Christmas.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's... I say that's... I never take these debates seriously. It's
Yeah.
they're just all good-natured fun to me. And if it's your Christmas thing, it's your Christmas thing. And this is really
Yeah.
the last time that
Yeah.
we'll argue this until next...
I don't even.
It's
I don't
last
know.
year.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I don't know.
we'll
I
argue
haven't-
again next November. 'cause
Yeah.
You
it's
guys
fun.
are going to argue about Die Hard for the rest of the year, but...
Well, the Facebook page does. I don't. Me and Jason will argue it in November-ish. Starting about November. Just because it's a fun...
We'll just
I think
say-
it's our Christmas tradition.
There you go. That's the I Heart Geek Christmas tradition.
Pineapples on pizza we can argue about all year though.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, with that note, let's move on to our listener feedback.
And now, let's see what all of our geek rock stars have to say.
So we had a lot of listener feedback this time.
And we're reading most of them.
We're going to read it all. Yay! So the question was, Dub?
The question this week was, what is your favorite Christmas tradition and why?
Okay, so we're going to start off with our friend Kimberly Romaine. She said, our family tradition is to drive around town looking at houses decorated for Christmas, which we all decided we love to do too. My family has done it since I was little, and now we do it with our siblings, kids, and grandparents. We now need 2 vehicles to fit everyone in. And
that is the problem with when it gets bigger.
I love that. That's awesome. Satomi Hoffman, our friend Satomi, says, I must always begin the holiday season with the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Good call. And A Year Without Santa Claus, and Rudolph's Shiny New Year, and A Nightmare Before Christmas, because Halloween is Christmas, so you know it's a win-win. And she also would like to mention that she really loved our Tim Burton episode.
Oh, good.
Well,
Appreciate
thank
that
you.
feedback. And she's going to talk about some more stuff.
Because she does that.
Right. We love you, Sonomi. She goes, I also love to go for a drive to look at all the pretty lights and Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Agreed, which is one of my favorite things ever. New York store windows and Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, of course. Why else do I live here? Darn it. Sorry, I had to change that. Darn it. Don't ask me to choose a favorite. There's some yelling that went in there and I just didn't yell. Sorry.
I would love to see New York at Christmas.
That's what I was just going to say. I actually have a tentative plan within, I'd say, the next 5 years to probably maybe journey during Thanksgiving.
So we're going to do a lot of scheduling stuff. Okay.
To see New York at Christmas.
I was really lucky. My brother and sister-in-law one year took me to New York for my birthday. We actually went on Thanksgiving time.
Nice.
And we got to see the parade because I love the Macy's Day Parade. I watch it on TV every year. I think this might have been the
you
first
and my
year
wife.
that I haven't. Yeah, it's
and
like
lots of other people.
It's my thing.
Yep.
And so they took me because they know how much I love it. We got to see the parade, and I got to see.
They had to pull them balloons down really low this year because of the wind being so bad.
And then we saw the Macy's. It was awesome. So go if you can. And the tree at Rockefeller Center. It was very cool. Okay, so Todd, originally from San Diego.
The voice of the show. I'm sorry, he gets mad if I don't say it.
My family has, for at least the last 45 years, made homemade Mexican food for Christmas dinner. One exception is when Tracy and I bought our house in 95. We hosted Christmas dinner of steak, salad, and mashed potatoes for $25. Oh,
wow,
dear.
he's rich. Gotcha.
Okay, so Daniel Houston, besides watching Christmas Vacation, which is hilarious, I'd say it's the Christmas tree. Keep it simple, it's beautiful, smells amazeballs, and quite entertaining watching the cats lose their mind.
I'm not a cat person, but that just brings joy to my heart.
Love it. Tyler Romaine, did you talk with did you talk with Kimberly before this? Okay, so Tyler's on Christmas Eve for the last 3 years. We'll wait for the kids to go to bed, pour ourselves a fine adult beverage, turn the lights off so only the glow of the Christmas tree illuminates the room, and watch Die Hard.
Oh!
Jill Cathcart. My family always has a huge wrapping paper fight after all the gifts are opened. We start teaching the kids to steal and hoard paper as soon as they can walk. It is such a blast.
Plus, they can utilize that slave labor to clean up after the wrapping paper fight.
You know what? No, I know her kids. No, they're not picking it up.
Oh.
Jill is picking up.
Oh, Jill. That makes her even more awesome.
Because you know John from California is not doing it either. So.
Danielle Ariana, Thanksgiving Day, I always watch the parade. Been in person a couple of times. Watch the dog show. And then I watch the original black and white Miracle on 34th Street because it starts at the parade.
It does.
I have a set group of Xmas movies that I watch too, in addition to others I come across. But my movie marathon is a tradition. And I spent at least one night of Hanukkah with friends who have never celebrated before so they can learn a bit about me and my traditions.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Sweet.
Evalani, Rudolph and Frosty original movies, cuddling times with nieces and nephews.
Sweet.
Amy Matthews, every year I host a taco Hanukkah at my house. We're going to Amy's house. Everyone comes over, even folks who I haven't seen for a while. We eat tacos and latkes and light the menorah and have a good time. And I watch Die Hard on Christmas Eve.
I haven't seen Amy in a lot of years. We were friends in high school and before then. And Amy, I'm coming around for taco.
Yeah, if you got tacos, we're all coming.
Taco Hanukkah.
Dino from the
podcast.
church, then Chinese buffet on Christmas Eve. Drive around looking at the lights, then read the nativity story reminding the kids that the wise men didn't show up to Joseph and Mary's house until 2 years later.
Gee, fun.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh. It's fun to go through Bible conspiracy theory. And the song is
Fun is not the word I would use.
We love you, Dino.
All right. Christina Belden, Christmas Eve, Polar Express, Peppermint Coca, and Family Time. I only watch it once a year on Christmas and cry every time. And finally, Trevor Reason, going around neighborhoods with my family and looking at all the decorations. I think it's really cool how many people actually do that. He watches A Christmas Story and Die Hard, of course, on TV.
I got to say something important about, I feel this is important. It's about people who decorate for Christmas. There are so many examples in the world where we see humanity fall short. The people that choose to make their immediate environment beautiful and festive is the best of humanity, in my opinion. And then if they do it outside, they get to share it with those who, all these people who travel around looking at people's lights. That's for them.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that-
you're sharing your
yeah,
experience.
that is the best of humanity, in my opinion.
It's probably the only time in the year when people don't get concerned when they think people are casing their house. 'Cause
Exactly.
You know that, oh, you're just looking at my lights. It's good.
Oh, no, I live in an HOA. They're always concerned. Trust me. You go on that Facebook group. Oh, there was a car and it was weird. Oh, shut up.
He was looking at
I'm
the
looking
lights.
at the
Calm
lights
down.
and casing your house. No,
Right.
Well, that too.
they did really good lights. I bet there's some nice stuff inside.
Yeah, don't leave. Just a friendly tip from My Heart Geek. Do not, if you get expensive stuff, don't leave the boxes out front on
Christmas time.
on
Yeah.
after Christmas
Break them
Day.
down and put them in the
Oh,
bins.
Yeah.
An important safety tip for your front yard decorations. If you have anything cool or exotic that not anybody else would have,
Hanging up high.
bring it inside when you go to bed at night or it will get stolen. Not that I'm, had that happen. I will find you and I will make you pay for stealing my surfing Santa.
Nice.
Oh, that was your surfing Santa.
Now
my-
it's Jason's.
My dad and mom brought me a surfing Santa blow up for the front yard. They brought it to me from Hawaii because that's what you sell in
course.
Hawaii. So I put it in the front. A week later, someone stole it.
I hate people
Complete
sometimes.
with my extension cord.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like, you
is not.
giant.
Oh, and they took the
Come
extension
on.
cord.
And they took my extension
Oh my
cord.
God.
That's a beyond.
And
There-
if you think I didn't drive around the neighborhood for 2 weeks looking
Looking
for
for the
somebody to
surf
put it
Santa?
out, I'm
Yeah.
going to take it back.
Yeah, that's your stink,
But I
stank,
will
stunk
find
right
you,
there.
and I hope your Christmas tree eats you.
And with that, let's move on to our main event.
Now it's time for the main event.
Okay, for today's top 5, we decided to do something there. We do like our favorite Christmas movie or whatever, and we did something different this year.
Yeah, this was cool.
I decided to take from Jason's other show a little bit.
Without all the juvenile delinquency, which is
Well,
good.
without all the profanity, basically.
right.
We're doing our top 5 favorite Christmas/holiday songs.
Oh, nice.
So this won't go too long
Nope.
because we want to go spend some time with our families because it's Christmas.
Right.
So, yeah. So my number 5 was, I don't even know who sang it, but it was I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Galen Pivey.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
It's such a fun
What
little
an
song.
encyclopedic knowledge of hippopotamuses.
I'm a dork.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
I know. I like it, though.
But no, that's one of those really happy Christmas memories. Christmas Eve, they'd always play it when I'm driving home from my grandparents to go home to sleep before Christmas morning.
I actually hadn't heard that song.
That was it.
The first time I heard that song was a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never heard it before.
Well, it's only from like 1939 or something.
I know, but the first time I ever heard it, they played it on 106.5, and I'm like, this song is awesome!
It made her list.
It did. It didn't actually. My number 5 is
not that list.
is Mary, Did You Know?
Such a good song.
It's been sung by a lot of people.
Pentatonics does a great version.
Do you
Yeah.
know who does an amazing version? CeeLo Green.
Really?
Yeah, check it out. It's
Interesting.
really good.
Take 6 did another good one too, by the way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the acoustic version.
It's great.
Those,
It's great.
yeah.
My number 5 is Christmas at Ground Zero by Weird Al.
Who's a Jewish,
Yeah.
so that's kind of funny.
I mean, who doesn't love a Christmas song created by a Jewish man?
Who doesn't love Weird Al? I think
Yeah, who doesn't love
Well,
Weird
we
Al?
determined a long time
Yeah.
ago that
Weird Al
can
is
do,
all that is geek.
and he can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Nope,
We
not
can do
at all.
another Weird Al episode one of these days.
Agreed.
My number 5 is one of my 2 Rankin and Bass claymation show offerings, the Snow Miser, Heat Miser songs from The Year Without a Santa Claus, which
And what other movie did that appear in?
What song?
I don't know.
Heat Miser and Snow Miser?
The Heat Miser, yeah.
The song?
Yeah. Batman Returns.
That makes sense.
Oh,
Really?
yeah,
What-
Mr.
what
Freeze.
part? Wait a minute, what-
Mr. Freeze is watching it.
Was watching it.
No, then
Yeah.
that would be.
Oh, you mean
that
Batman
would-
and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Oh, Batman and
'cause
Robin.
Mr. Freeze
Yeah,
not in
sorry,
there.
the
And
Arnold
that would be
Schwarzenegger
why I
one.
don't know, because I didn't watch that movie.
Oh,
The
so
best
bad.
Batman movie.
Stop
Dude,
now.
really?
By far.
But the funny thing
Can't with you.
is The Year Without a Santa Claus. We expounded on this a little more on my other show, but that one's weird.
It is
It's a
weird.
weird show. It's cool, but it's weird because the Heat Miser is very diabolical. But
Nice.
that's still kind of
You
interesting.
know who does a great version of that? Check Big Bad Voodoo Daddies.
Oh, cool.
Really? They did?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I
sure
gotta
they do.
hear it.
It's amazing. You'll love it. Trust me.
Okay, my number 4. I'm moving my list all the way around. So.
Me too, kind of.
I went to Baby It's Cold Outside, the version with Michael Bublé and Idina Menzel. You know what? I
Both
don't,
very good.
You know,
whatever
like the Dean
your
Martin
social
version?
proclivities are, it's an innocent song about a guy that's trying to make out with his girlfriend. Give me a break.
I have a version of that song
Mm-hmm.
on vinyl. It's Jimmy Stewart and Bing Crosby.
Wow.
It's
That's
so-
Singing
amazing.
to each other.
Yes, it's so
I've got it.
awesome.
Can you find that?
I do. It's in. I'll bring the LP over, and we'll play it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's
Thank
on
you.
vinyl, baby.
I love vinyl.
My number 4 is Christmas in Las Vegas by Richard Cheese and
that's
Lounge Against
why.
the Machine.
How
Just-
dirty is it?
It's really not that dirty, but it's hilarious. And if you grew up here,
You get
it
it?
so speaks to you on so many levels. Because like the first line is Christmas in Las Vegas, decorate your tree with chips. So
My number 4 is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, because I love that it drives people nuts.
It's the
that
ultimate
one
earworm.
That one doesn't drive me nuts.
No, it
Nope.
doesn't. Oh,
Honestly,
I know.
I think she did a fantastic job on that
Oh
song.
no, I think it's a great song. I think it's one of those ones that is played in department stores
Yeah.
so much.
Oh,
So
yeah.
people who have ever worked in a department store, like during
Yep.
Christmas time, I remember when I used to temp for Macy's. It was like the same 10 Christmas songs on a loop.
Jingle Bell Rock and Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Oh man, all day. It drove you nuts.
It was making me want to kill myself.
All right, my number 4. We're on 4, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My other Rankin and Bass offering from Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Mickey Rooney singing. Both Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Also, Fred Astaire sings that as well.
Yeah.
And Mickey Rooney's version of Put One Foot in Front of the Other, which I absolutely love that song. I think that song is all year round inspirational, but at Christmas it's extra special.
Well, every year, usually you want to do the whole Christmas episode about Rankin Bass. We just never get around to it.
Yeah, I want to do the Do They Still Hold Up episode.
I think next year we're gonna, if we do a second, even if we'd have to do a second Christmas episode, we're gonna do it next year.
Okay.
It's on record now, unless I edit it out. So number 3 is Little Drummer Boy, the David Bowie and Bing Crosby version.
Sweet.
That's pretty
Which
amazing.
Bowie actually wrote his verse 10 minutes before that came out. Because he's like, well, there's nothing I can do with the drum bum bum. So, and then he wrote that other just gorgeous, haunting verse.
Well, and Bing
Like 10 minutes
Crosby-
before they went on.
Bing Crosby didn't like modern musicians.
Oh, no, he did not like.
And to do that.
That was like a nightmare watching him, and I couldn't look away.
Right, it's so good though.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
really, and it's like one of those magic moments. For
And
sure.
honestly, it's the best version of that song.
Nice.
So my number 3 is called Ain't No Chimney in the Projects. And it's Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. They did this It's a Holiday Soul Party album. The whole album is just gold. But this song is just so good because it's Sharon Jones is basically singing about how does Santa get in my house because we don't have a chimney because we live in the projects. And then it's her mom answering her as to how Santa gets in.
Plus, that is also answered in the Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is done musically, so
Right.
So it probably works better.
yeah.
Right.
Because
Because
you don't have Santa saying, yo.
The whole album is really good, so just if
Yeah.
you like that too.
Cool.
She's
Nice.
pretty amazing. So.
Nice. My number 3 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Dean Martin.
Oh, by Dean Martin.
Everybody likes all the old versions of
Rudolph
everything.
the
Yeah,
Red-Nosed
I think it's one of those remakes that are. It's nice. It's pleasant to listen to.
Yeah.
Rudy the red-beaked reindeer. And then he does the German Santa Claus halfway through the middle.
That's right. Nice. Okay, my number 3 is the Oogie Boogie song from Nightmare Before Christmas, written by Ed Ivory and Kenneth Page, performed by Kenneth Page. That is a masterful Minnie the Moocher type style
Nice.
It really is.
song, and it's just beautiful. And I've expressed my love of that movie and song many times. So there you go, my number 3.
Yeah, this isn't on my list, but I want Charlie Daniels to do "Devil Came Back for Christmas." That to me would be the greatest
He
thing
was
in the
looking
world.
for a tree to steal.
Yes.
All right.
Can you hear it? Yeah. Oh, that'd make my freaking day. Okay, so my real number 2 is a song I heard for the first time in Die Hard, which was "Christmas in Hollis" by Run DMC. Honestly, it's cheese the whole way through, but
So
I
good.
absolutely love it. And I think that's the first time we ever saw rap go into the Christmas genre.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. My number 2 is called "Breath of Heaven." Amy Grant did it, and then a couple other people, but it is Mary talking about talking about the burden she has of carrying the Christ child.
Is this Amy Grant before Vince Gill or after Vince Gill?
I think it's right before Vince Gill.
Okay.
It was before her jump into pop music and then jump back into Christian
Yeah, she should have
Christian
never
music.
jumped into pop music.
Yeah, yeah, but what's cool is it's the only one that I know of that's a Christmas song that's Mary's point of view about the whole thing.
Well, Mary Did You Know is kind of.
Yeah, but that's somebody asking Mary.
I definitely see
this
your
is
kind
actually,
of.
well, this is legitimately Mary going,
Yeah.
why was I chosen?
Yeah, I
What-
remember hearing
this
that years
burden is
ago.
yeah, so I just like the message behind it.
Nice. My number 2 is "You're a Mean One," Mr. Grinch.
By Thurl Ravenscroft.
Yes. I think it's one of the one of the most iconic Christmas songs out there.
Yeah.
You hear it at the start of every season, and you hear it throughout the entire season. It's one of those
It's
things.
also lyrically one of the most brilliant
Oh my
songs ever
gosh.
written.
Stink, stink, stunk. Now, I just want to put this in. If you're into rock music and you like the Grinch, check out
Brothers.
the Zappa Brothers. I don't know if it's under Dweezil Zappa or just the Z, which was their other band.
Yeah.
Dweezil and Ahmed Zappa did "A Mean One, Mr. Grinch," and Dweezil does the most amazing things on the guitar in that song. It is
But
mind-blowing.
I don't think I've ever heard that. I'll have to check it out.
Oh.
I've
We're
heard a
gonna
couple
list
of
that
like
after.
metal version, rock versions
Yeah,
of it. And
it's a rock. It's not really
Yeah,
metal,
uh-huh.
but it is just Dweezil at the playing at the level his dad did.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I'm in.
absolutely incredible.
so we were talking earlier about transitional Christmas traditions kind of changing. Up until last year, and this will be the first year I don't do it, so maybe if there's a slight little sad, it might be this. But I used to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" to them just before they would go to sleep, and sing "Silent Night" to them. So
I'm gonna cry. Okay.
and so this will be the first year that doesn't happen, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. But silence.
Your boys will probably still like that.
Well, maybe we'll do it karaoke or something in the house. But Silent Night, whether it be the older Bing Crosby or Harry Connick Jr. or Michael Bublé, it's absolutely one of my all-time favorite emotionally melting Christmas songs for sure.
Outstanding. So my number 1, which I gave up my number 1 so the Blythes can have it. So I'm taking a John Lennon classic, which was "Happy Christmas, the War Is Over." Just such a great song.
Yeah.
And it's the first time that it always bothered me that the English say Happy Christmas instead of Merry Christmas. But in that one, it just really made sense, and it was made me actually accepting to the way that other people say Merry Christmas. And that's not why. The message of it's really just It's John Lennon at his hippiest, and when he was with Yoko, and horrible, but so good.
Yeah.
My number one is "Oh Holy Night." And especially for one line when it talks about, there's the part where it says, "Fall on your knees."
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, I've always been really interesting. I always find it fascinating to be so overcome with faith that your legs give out. Like you cannot even physically stand because your faith is that strong. So I find that super fascinating.
I have a very strong opinion about that song.
I love it.
I think that, I do too.
Yeah.
However, it has to be performed properly.
It's got to be done right.
To me, that song is almost a litmus test of whether or not you are good enough to do a holiday album.
Yeah,
Michael Bublé does a beautiful version of that.
So does Josh Groban.
Right? Right, exactly. I've heard that one too. Eric Cartman does a beautiful
No. Really? That's
okay,
where
no,
we had to go on
he
that
does
one?
a good but I've heard some versions, and I'm not going to name any names, but
I don't like Christina Aguilera's version.
if you play around
She's an
with
amazing singer,
if you play around with all the traveling,
it's gotta be.
It's irritating as hell.
Interesting enough, I don't enjoy Celine Dion's version.
Me
of
neither.
It. I think
it's forced.
Yeah, I think Josh Groban might be one of my favorite. But
I hate to say this, but I think that needs to be sang by a guy. I think that's a guy's
can do
song.
It, but I think it has to be.
But Shelley did a great one.
Simplicity of it has. That's the thing.
You've got to
treat
feel
it
the
with
emotion
respect.
of it.
Yeah, the thing is, the words in that one are the most important part of it, not the
runs.
It needs to be treated with respect.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
so it's my favorite one.
Yep.
Cool. My number one, and Dub, you can jump on this one too, because I know it was your number one. I know you had a singular song picked out, but I'm going to say any Christmas song that Trans-Siberian Orchestra does. They have an entire Christmas album, and I can listen to that. Yeah, a couple. I forget what the one...
The big one that everybody knows is Christmas in Sarajevo.
Yes.
95, and it is...
I can listen to that one from start to finish.
I can listen to that all year round.
Yeah,
That's in a lot of
it's
movies
just,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... If you've ever seen them live, too, I've seen them live at Christmas time. Such a fantastic show.
It's literally a perfect arrangement. Now, there's not a whole lot of songs you can say that, but it is literally perfect. And everything they do, they put heart behind everything.
Yeah.
You're not real. I mean, there's some lyrics, but you're not hearing the lyrics. You're hearing.
No, you're in the music.
You're in the emotion of it, and it is all that is Christmas to me.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of Trans-Siberian, they do Christmas Canon, which is another big one for them.
Yep.
Where they take the medley from Pochbel's Canon, which is my all-time favorite classical piece of music. But I have to give credit to the Jean-Francois Paillard, I believe that's what they're called, orchestra, who in 1968 took that song, slowed it down, added the kind of the strings versus horns, kind of play off of each other, gave it kind of a romantic, gave it some romantic tones. I think they moved the key to G from D.
Yeah.
A lot of people still do it in D.
Yeah.
But I think they moved it to G, and they put it out, in my opinion, not only one of the most beautiful melodies ever, but my all-time favorite. It's kind of like the Die Hard of Christmas songs, because it isn't really a Christmas song,
really
but
a
for me it
Christmas
is.
song.
Nice. Okay, so that is the show.
Yeah.
There's a couple of tag-ins I want to throw on, but first off, check out the website, www.iheartgeekshow.com. Use the com.
He paid extra for it.
Okay, that works. That's where you can find all our shows and everything else. Go to our YouTube. We have a lot of stuff going on down there.
Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We want to hear from you there as well.
And go to the Instagram. That is the iHeartGeek Show.
iHeartGeek Show.
iHeartGeek Show. Twitter at iHeartGeek, and the Facebook. And talk to us. We do talk back. I want to do a special shout out to everybody else that has been on the show this year that isn't here tonight. Just a quick shout out, and hope I didn't miss anybody. We have Kaj, K-Brew, Mr. Winchester, John from California, Katie, Carl, Carrie, and Cal.
And Sean.
And Sean.
Yes.
Sean, thank you. I can't believe I missed Sean's on the show more than anybody
And
anymore.
Sean's magical beard.
And his magical beard. Very special thank you and Merry Christmas to y'all.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Totally.
So until next time, I'm Dub.
I'm Miss Geeky Paige.
I'm Blythe.
I'm PB&Jason.
Keep
on geeking on.
And Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
time is here.
We forgot to talk about Krampus.
Oh, yeah.
You've been listening to iHeartGeek. Our Twitter account is @iHeartGeekShow. Hope you enjoyed the show.